And a thoughtful moment indeed. The national anthem and a crowd anxiously awaiting the tip-off. Hello, everyone. Get ready for NBA action live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by my partners Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Now a chance to check out tonight's starting lineups. A premier performer, guys, will see tonight Eric Bledsoe. He always comes to play.
Yeah, he's a very sneaky defender. That's something I really like about him. You've got to be careful if you have the ball, know where he is at all times, because he's got a knack for getting a hand on the ball and knocking it loose.
And, you know, against him, Steve, as an opponent, you need to make sure you're making smart, crisp passes because he's so good at picking off the sloppy, loose ones.
Last downing for Phoenix, the loss to the Pistons at the Palace of Auburn Hills. And that's one they'd like to have back. A little more focus would have been enough. Just a 4-point loss.
It was not a very inspired performance for them, particularly defensively. I thought, they gave the hostile crowd a lot to cheer about, frankly.
Yeah, they allowed a lot of free runs to the hoop, a lot of open jumpers, and in the end, the opponent's shooting percentage was right through the roof, and you can't win when that's the case.
Now, here's Roten. In the game against Boston, very impressive.
Nice way for him to get started here early.
And, guys, hopefully a sign of things to come from him here.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
I caught up with head coach Brett Brown. His team knows how to do the dirty work, and that's what he says he's going to rely on to carry them through this game. All the extra possessions they can get from crashing the boards makes a difference for them on the offensive end. Let's see if they can keep that pace up here, Kevin.
Thanks a lot, Doris. And Clark, that speaks close to your heart, doesn't it?
Yeah, without question. That was a strong part of my game was rebounding. So when I was playing, the last thing I ever wanted was for my man to beat me on the glass. That would be unacceptable. That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
Covington passes to Roten. Feeds it to Covington. Plays it up and banks it in. Covington's got 13.
He's finding all kinds of ways to get it done. What a quarter he's having.
Green kicks to Morris. Passes it to the Doctor. Outside, Green. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
That was a good rebound right there, but they haven't been very strong on the glass so far.
Well, they've got to meet the energy that they're facing right now. So important to battle on the boards.
Now, here's Green, averaging 6 points per contest. Mbamute pulls it in.
That was a layup, and you've got to knock that down. You've got to convert when you get those opportunities.
Roten with it, and it's Knight picking him up. Sims kicks to Roten. Dishes it to Covington. He passes to Roten. 5 to shoot. Shoots a 3. That's good. Roten's got 5 points so far. Suns trail by 10. He dishes it to Knight. He kicks to Green. Back to Knight. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Pass to Wright. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Wright's got his 3rd basket of the night.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And I would continue to do it. You know, force the defense to maybe send a double team. Now you've got other options to work with offensively.
Now here's Roten. He has 5. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. There's 14 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Bledsoe kicks to Warren. Offensive rebound. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
Well, the defense just looked a little lazy on the glass there.
Yeah, nobody boxing out. That's inexcusable.
Phoenix shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game.
Well, one of the better free throw shooting teams in the NBA. They're hitting about 80% from the line this year.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, maybe.
NBA action
future charges ahead. Eric Bledsoe and the Phoenix Suns go up against Paul George and the...
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And guys, what's your take so far in Philadelphia?
How about the three-point shooting? The scoring has really come in bunches from long range.
Yeah, it seems like every time down the floor they're knocking down the triple.
Setting the floor for the Suns, the Doctor in at shooting guard. Alex Len out there with Danny Granger. Then there's Warren, and it's Bledsoe in at the 1 spot.
Thomas Robinson, this is a good note, only the 5th top 5 pick in the lottery era to be traded in his rookie season. He went from the Kings to the Rockets before ending up in Portland for year 2. Still looking for stability, trying to find his niche at the forward position.
The 76ers leading by 6. Richardson dishes to Smith. Kicks to Grant. He feeds it to Richardson. Richardson missing again. Well, it's been a whirlwind first couple seasons for Thomas Robinson in the NBA, hasn't it?
And it has been, Kevin, and that wasn't really the worst of it. His second season at Kansas, his mother and both of his grandparents passed away all within weeks of one another. I remember when that was happening. I actually was doing a Kansas game during that stretch. Really overwhelming what that young man encountered. He's had to overcome a lot, so you can't help but root for him to find happiness, fulfillment, and success. And we'll see if that all plays out and comes together for him.
He became the man of the house in a hurry. Raised his sister. Raised his younger sister.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Bledsoe kicks to Granger. Back to Bledsoe. Granger outside. Pass to the Doctor. The feet to Warren. Here's the Doctor. Lock at 6. There's the dish to Warren. There's the 3. And play stops as it looks like they call him over the back here.
Well, you like it when a guy goes hard to the boards, but you have to be smart. He went right over his back on that one. Not a good play.
I think he was just over anxious that time.
And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor. Looking at Philadelphia, they took the win in their last game against the Boston Celtics.
I thought the way they attacked the rim and got into the paint was phenomenal. It seemed like after a while, the defense just kind of waved the white flag.
That's exactly what will happen when a team continues to attack the goal and come away with layups. It demoralizes the defense.
Now look. 50 seconds left in the first half. Bledsoe outside. There's the pass to Len. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. And going against Phoenix, their first meeting of the season.
Always a little tougher to see how you match up with teams in the opposite conference because you just don't see them very often.
Richardson for 3. Counts the bucket. Now just a 4-point Suns lead.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the defense still needs to keep an eye on him.
Here's the Doctor. Great D on that shot, and it's off the mark. Here's Covington. 13 points in the game. And slam dunk by Noel.
Boy, he is a strong finisher on the fast break.
Yeah, he sure is. He remains in total control, even at full speed. I love that about him.
And we're through 2 here and a good one. Suns lead by 2. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter.
Now, presented by Sprint. The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far.
You look at what Covington has done so far. He's got 13 points, and from downtown, he's buried 3 3-pointers.
Yeah, when he's been able to get squared up and get a good look at the basket, it seems like everything's been going in.
Well, the playoffs weren't really a goal for the 76ers. Bledsoe, a screen on Richardson. Feeds it to Warren. Pass to the dot. Dishes it to Morris. Warren. Phoenix, no good that time either.
And, you know, to add to what you said with the 76ers and losing, not a real danger just yet, but a few more years like last year and it can become a problem, and you tend to have guys start accepting it, and you don't want to go down that road.
Just 5 on the clock, and Embiid throws it down. This game's going to take a big swing. Clark at the D continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin, or even an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
Look how frustrated Steve is on this.
Well, I just, you know what, Kevin? Come on, Kevin. I just like that he didn't choose to just lay it up there. I mean, he threw it down with force.
Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Knight passes to Wright. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
That's what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. More of the same. Get it inside. Oh, what a tough season it was for the Sixers. Obviously rebuilding and got out to a pretty good start early with some nice wins, but ultimately their lack of talent showed. They were getting blown out there most of the second half of the season.
Embiid. And Wright pulls it down. Wright's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Embiid with the steal. Now the 76ers on the break. And he draws body contact. Looked like a blocking foul, and he was in the shooting motion. So he'll head to the free throw line.
Jeremy Grant, a sophomore small forward out of Syracuse. He brings elite length and athleticism at the 3 spot, but is still a work in progress regarding his perimeter skills. He could be a bit of a project, but I like all of his physical tools. And that leads you to believe he might be special in time.
Markieff Morris is checked in for the Suns.
Well, the pick worked really well there. Nice job taking it right to the 10 for the layup.
76ers have gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the third quarter. Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Thomas Robinson, once the number 5 pick in 2012, but he's bounced around a bit in his young career. He said, I'm not going to play the victim. I'm a grown man. I didn't come into the league with the right mindset, but it's a good thing. It matured me as a person. It humbled me. I just have to play with emotion and make people know I'm on the court. Guys?
Yeah, with his hard-charging style of play, it makes sense. Thanks, Doris. The shot's good from Granger. And Grant's father and uncle both played in the NBA. As someone who grew up around the game, he has a pretty good basketball IQ.
I think he's still a bit of a project, but you're right. He does have excellent DNA and a high-quality IQ, a guy who can rebound, he runs the floor, he can defend multiple positions. And typically, a young player coming into the league that doesn't necessarily have a position, if you can defend and work hard and are a pretty good athlete, you got a chance to make a mark in the NBA.
Knight dishes to Green. From outside, off the mark. The 76ers trail by 3. Richardson kicks to Rote. Richardson. Wide open look. And he hits the jumper for 2. Richardson's got 6 in the quarter.
He's having quite the quarter here, guys. I mean, shooting the ball extremely well.
Baamute with the steal. He passes to Noel. There's the steal. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. And the shot is good from the dock. And the Suns lead by 3.
Boy, they are just destroying them in the paint.
You could say that again, Steve. The defenders just aren't aggressive enough down low.
He dishes it to Sims. He kicks it to Richardson. Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds. The 76ers able to retain possession here. Here's Rote. Pass to Noel. The 3. Oh, he got it!
Boom! Buzzer! Knock it down! Right at the horn. Much in the clutch to finish.
On tap next Monday, November 24th.
And And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first three, we should be in for a treat. Out of bounds, Phoenix takes possession. Here's what Phoenix has lined up on their schedule. Up next for them is the Pacers in Indianapolis. And that will be the fifth game of this 6-game road trip.
I know I'll be looking out for the final score of that Pacers game. I think it should be close.
Suns shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. On the court now for the Suns, getting going here in the fourth. The Doctor in a 2-guard. Thornton out there with Danny Granger. Then it's Brandon Wright, and it's Bledsoe in at the point guard. Here's the Doctor. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. The Doctor's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Suns. Now here's Roten. Here's Richardson. The finger roll finish at the bucket.
Not too many of those shots were dropping for him in the first half, but it's been a different story here in the second.
And Thornton kicks to Granger. The Doctor